Okay, so TypeScript TSC.autoDetect controls auto-detection of TSC tasks, and TSC means TypeScript compiler. So we have a few options here. We have on or off, meaning it will either detect the TSC compiler or not. But on is not just the TSC detection. It actually, if we take a look at the options descriptions, on is it detects and creates both build and watch tasks. Well, actually this description is not very accurate. It doesn't create them per se. It shows them on automatic task detection. So let me show you what this looks like. So if you press Shift Command P and go to tasks, and you can you either configure or run a task, same thing, in terms of the auto detection. So if you try and configure a task, you will have ESLint, lint whole folder. This is a setting that ESLint's extension is contributing. Then you have the two auto detected ones, npm install, npm lint, that are coming from the package JSON file. So if we go to this file, we have this script right here. So that's that's where that is coming from. And then you also have the tsconfig.json build task and the tsconfig.json watch task. Now, if you open the tsconfig.json file, it's empty, right? So what's really happening is this VS Code is detecting that TSC is installed, and it's suggesting these two tasks. Now, don't pay attention to the tasks that are coming from the .history folder. This is because I have an extension called local history, this one right here. And I have this until VS Code natively supports local history, but it doesn't now, so I have to use this extension, and this extension creates this .history folder with all the all my local history of changes to files in this repository. And unfortunately, we don't yet have the ability in VS Code to remove a folder from automatic task detection. So VS Code is reading that folder and seeing that there is a tsconfig.json file in that folder. Anyway, so just ignore these 6 ones. So if you have it set to on, it means that VS Code will detect if TSC is installed, and if so, it will suggest the build and the watch tasks. And this works for configured task or run task, right? You can do both. They are both here, the watch and the build. Okay, then you have another option, which is just if you turn it off, obviously you won't see them anymore, either configure or the run. However, I do have the build one because, why do I have the build one? Oh, because it's configured in my tasks.json file, right? So if we delete this, we're only going to see, or we can delete the whole file actually. We will only see the npm and ESLint one. So no TS contributed tasks. Okay, if we set this to build, we're only going to see the suggestion to build. And I'm guessing you already understand how this works. If we set it to watch, we're only going to see the watch. And if we set it to one, we're going to see both. All right, well, so let me actually go back and configure the watch task. And there we go. Save it, close it. So this is pretty much it. I think the most useful option here is on, so that it detects TSC and suggests both the build and the watch task.